Hello, hello. Once again, welcome to another edition of Quoth the Raven, the Sprite Raven. I'm your host, the Sprite Raven, third-year veteran writer, illustrator, editor, talent scout, in comic, science fiction, fantasy, horror, and role-playing games. And, well, yesterday was kind of a mess. Don't know what was going on. Spectrum sucks. As an internet provider, they were cutting my signal out. I've been having a lot of problems with my modem or maybe the weather or something. I don't know. But today has been pretty solid, so hopefully we won't have problems today. It is Thursday, March 24th, 2022, and we're going to talk reviews and what I got this week. And we're going to do an unboxing because I just got something in the mail yesterday for a crowdfunding box. So let's go ahead and get started. We'll start with Mega number 1 and 2. They're $7.99 each. The publisher is Stonebot Comics and Red 5 Comics. The writer-artist is Salvador Sanz, with translation to English by Leandro Paolini Summers, lettering by Martin Casanova. The genre is science fiction, and these issues were released in December 2021 and January 2022, respectively. What it's about. A young girl named Tina and her father Edgar are caught in an ancient battle when Edgar's father and others who were members of a secret archaeological society charged with guarding the keys that keep giant kaiju monsters buried deep inside the earth are killed when one of their group betrays the rest. This person who betrayed the group has opened the door in Antarctica and released one kaiju. The said kaiju then swims through the Atlantic Ocean to Montevideo, Uruguay, and sets up its own nest and base, forcing the human population to evacuate as NATO prepares to try to attack it. Tina and Edgar go to visit Edgar's mother, and Tina has a dream where her grandfather appears before her and tells her to take an artifact, a horn, and blow into it. It will signal and release a guardian kaiju to protect the Earth from the other kaiju. He explains that centuries ago, the Earth was made into a prison for these kaiju. Meanwhile, a mini kaiju is stalking Tina under the command of the rogue member of the society who is unleashing these monsters. After Tina gets the artifact and blows into the horn and summons the guardian, the mini kaiju attacks, and her dog Dante fends off the attack at the cost of his life. The next morning, Edgar finds the body of the dog dead, and he tries to explain it to Tina, but Tina matter-of-factly tells him what really happened, and Edgar is in shock and can't believe what is happening. The Guardian Kaiju arrives in Montevideo, ready to challenge the rogue Kaiju, I guess you could say, and the media calls the Guardian Kaiju Mega, and the Antarctica Kaiju a Salamander Kaiju. The two monsters battle, with the Mega ultimately winning and burying the salamander back inside the earth. After the battle, Tina is brought back home, and she's with her mother, and she dreams once more about her grandfather, and this time her dog Dante appears with her grandfather. This time her grandfather tells her that she cannot tell anyone else about her dreams, especially not her parents, who will not accept the truth. The kaijus are called jackals, and they are a royal family of monsters who cannot be killed. The mini jackal that killed her dog Dante is also still around, so be on the lookout. Meanwhile, Edgar does some research on his father and the archaeological group and begins to believe in what's really going on. And what did I think of this series? Well, so far, I think it's a very well done series. Sandoval's art is well crafted, particularly the backgrounds and his usage of shadows on the kaiju, which offers a distinctive look that respectively captures some of the modern kaiju movies like Cloverfield and Pacific Rim and other stuff that with the Guillermo del Toro flair, mixed with the Gothic, Saxon, and Spanish Art Deco designs and the architecture that you will find in Uruguay, where the story is taking place. As you can see here from this cover of issue number 2, there is a Gothic flavor of the kaiju, as it is perched like a gargoyle atop of the building. The story as a whole is pretty cool, though sometimes it kind of jumps around as Sandoval is depicting what the rogue member of the group is doing as he's releasing the kaiju. He actually bakes cakes in the shapes of the continents where the kaiju is buried, and then takes the ceremonial key knife and cuts into the cake, which then in turn breaks open the earth like an earthquake and frees the kaiju. Pretty interesting visual there. And the mini kaiju also has a Stranger Things Demogorgon feel to it in its design. The overall story is very well done, and I could see this being adapted into a movie or a TV series quite easily. I do, however, wonder if some of the character elements got lost in the translation. But that's more about me, as I often wonder this whenever I'm reading manga or foreign comics translated to English, and it's not necessarily reflective of the story. It's just that sometimes the context and cultural reflections of an author's intent can get lost in translation when it's translated over to English, and that can leave American audiences to their own experiences to comprehend what's going on, and that sometimes leads to misinterpretation of the intent of what's being presented as a result. And I see different aspects of the story where I think some character nuance might be lacking, maybe some plot elements may or may not be missing in this particular series. But it's not enough of a problem that it detracts from the story. It's just a little quirk of mine more than anything else. I recommend the series for ages 13 and up. I give it 4 out of 5 stars. Let's take a quick look at some of the artwork. This is from Mega number 1. Pardon the high gloss reflection. Here's what I was talking about. He bakes the cake in the shape of Antarctica, and he's, shaving it down into the shape. He frosts it over with thing, and then he takes the knife into the shape. There's the shape of Antarctica. And he takes the ceremonial knife and starts cutting it, and it cuts straight into and cracks open the continent. Pretty wild visual reflection there. Let me go ahead and show you some of the lovely shading and textural work that's being done here with the blacks. Very nice depth perception, very nice lighting that Sandoval does here. And here's Tina meeting her grandfather in her dream. Maybe I can get a little bit closer up here and you can see more of the darker panels here. Very nice textural design, layers, colors. Very well done. Okay. Our next book is The Kill Lock, The Artisan Wraith, number 1 of 7, $3.99. Publishers IDW Comics. Writer artist is Livio Romandelli, with lettering by Sean Lee. The genre is science fiction, and it was released a week ago, last week, March 16th, 2022. And what it's about. To maintain order in the future, the forgers of a robotic society created the ultimate punishment, the Kill Lock. 4 criminal robots would be forever linked so that if any one of them died, they would all die. The brilliant and devious artisan led those he was linked with, a laborer, a kid, and a holy warrior wraith, in search of a cure. Only the cure didn't exist, and the artisan knew this. But the artisan got what he wanted out of this deal. His unparalleled mind taking over the Wraith's near indestructible body at the expense of the rest of the group. But the artisan Wraith isn't the only one to have ever escaped death by the kill lock. This issue introduces us to the Resolver, who's the one on the left in purple, another robot who survived the kill lock and now works as an assassin who tracks down and ends robots who try to break the kill lock. She and her partner, the Lurk, which is the short guy with the gun over his shoulder, he can go cloaked. In other words, he can turn invisible. But the more often he does it, the more his memory reboots and he loses his consciousness. So they're seeking out the artisan Wraith for both the Forgers and for the Resolver's own agenda because she wants the genius artisan Wraith to cure her partner's memory loss condition. What do I think about this? Well, this is a fine start to what I'm confident will be another excellent new series. Roman Deli's The Kill Lock original miniseries from 2019 and 2020 was one of the top titles of the year, and I see that the quality of the work is still right in line with what he did on that series. That having been said, I do feel like you do need to read the first series before reading this one. It is available in trade, so you should be able to order it along with this book. Should you be interested in pursuing it? I scored the original Kill Lock miniseries in the 4.5 to 5 star range, and I think this work is still in the same range, so I'll score it accordingly. But if I were coming into this cold without having read the first miniseries, I would probably score it maybe a 4, just a smidge lower, because it is fine as its own introductory story, but I think you guys out there who have not read the Kill Lock should probably read the first series and get the whole experience. This is some of the pages from the book. And this is another situation where someone knows how to do the kill, how they're trying to get around the kill lock, basically. So it's a pretty cool artwork. I don't know if and when Ted Davies will see this, but I think you should really read the Kill Lock and examine this stuff, because I think it could do a lot of really cool work in parallels to your own stuff for Retrieve. And Archimedes, I think that this stuff, it reminded me a little bit of your work with this, particularly on the panel on the right. So if and when Ted, you ever get a chance to watch this episode, keep that in mind and check out the Kill Lock if you haven't already. Okay. That's all for reviews. Let's talk about what I got this week in comic shops. Well, I got previews. I'm not going to show that right now. We'll do previews in another episode. Whoops, sorry about that. Just putting Mega number 1 away and number 2 away over here. And this chair sucks. Oh well. This week I got The Beyond rather, number 1 from Scout Comics. Got Count Crawley, Amateur Midnight Monster Hunter from Dark Horse, number 1 of 4. I think it's number 1 of 4. Yes, number 1 of 4. Mm-hmm. And I'll be reviewing these in the upcoming weeks. Aerosmith number 3 by Kurt Busiek and Carlos Pacheco from Image. With the Benjamin Dewey variant cover. And I'll be reviewing Aerosmith next week, 1 through 3. And I got Heavy Metal number 315, I think this is. Yes, 315. This is one of the 2 variant covers they did. The Star Wars cover. And I will be reviewing all of like the last 4 or 5 months worth of heavy metal in one episode next week as well. So there's that. Now, that's what I got in the stores this week. I also got this really big box here from Carl Kerschel in Champlain, New York. This is something I did a crowdfunding order for. Let's see what we got. He really packed this well. Trying to get this, there we go. All right, that gets rid of that tape. There we go. Okay, this is the Abominable. Okay. Let me crack this up a little bit better. Put this shit down. These are two. Oh, there's a pin here too. Okay. What else is here, if anything? Oh, there's more stuff in here. Okay. We'll make sure I got it all out of the box. Okay. Does this have a... It looks like it's just sealed that way. Oh, okay. I see how... All right. Let's see if I can get this to open without... it doesn't look like it. Oh, here's a pair of scissors. No problem. Okay. This is the Abominable number 1 through 3. It's kind of a... Here's number 1. And this was the best digital comic Eisner winner for 2011. These are the printed collected editions. It's also kind of like a children's book in a way. Even has this book belongs to for your kid. You could even sign it in if you really wanted to. Let's take a quick look at these, and I will do my best to give a more thorough examination of this for a review, maybe in a week or two, but I got to read them. But it's very well done. And of course, this is a weekly webcomic, so you can actually see the stuff in the webcomic. Just really well done. So, yeah, it's about an abominable snowman type guy, I guess. This is issue book number 2. He fights kind of like a barbarian warrior or something. He's called the king, and he can't be reasoned with. And then here's number 3. So that's kind of a cool thing. Let's see what else we got in here. There's a bookmark. A thank you note. This was actually for the Kickstarter for book 3. I just happened to not know about book 1 and 2, so I ordered all 3 books. Of course, this is still free to read online at www.abominable. That's ABOMINABLE.cc. And of course, you can go to carlkerschel.com as well. And I'll, again, when I review this, I'll give more updates and give you the links. There's a couple of cool postcards of the character. And then there's kind of a weird, a weird pin that has like the bottom of his mouth. I don't know if you can see that very well, but it's his mouth. There we go. With 3 dots going, I guess. But anyway, that was what was in that. And there's something else here. Let's see what else we got here. It's rubber banded and has 2 boards on each side of it. Oh, yes. Okay, here we go. This is a set of prints, I guess. Yes. Got lots of cool stuff here. Here's print 1. Print 2. Very nice. I'm not sure who did the print on this. It's not Carl. It's another artist. I don't recognize the signature, but very nice work. Beautiful stuff. Oh, that's nice too. Is he a pacifier? Yeah, he's got a pacifier in his mouth. That's funny. More of the various animals, I'm assuming, that are in the story. Again, the pacifiers there in this. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but that center thing is the pacifier again. So apparently that has something to do with the story. Like I said, I haven't even looked at it before, so I'm not sure. Like, Well, it's cool looking. Is it supposed to be like a lion or a humanoid monster or something? I don't know, but it looks cool. So that is the print set that came with that order as well. So that's really cool. Very pleased with that. I'll have to let Carl know I got it in the mail, let him know I received everything intact and well in order. And that pretty much covers today's show. I'll be back tomorrow with the daily question. I didn't do a daily question today because I was feeling under the weather this morning, and I just I couldn't even get up. So I apologize for that, but I'll be back tomorrow morning or tomorrow at noon with the daily question. We will not have a comics review. Instead, at 8 p.m. tomorrow, I'll be reviewing Quoth, the 1970s NBC science fiction comedy series. And I don't know if I'll be doing that with my esteemed partner, John Norris, or not. But it'll depend on how John's feeling, because he's still dealing with his hernia issues. So anyway, in the meantime, if you liked this video or you think others might, please hit the like, share, and subscribe buttons to continue to get support from or get content from my channel. I always mix those 2 words. I'm going to have to redo this page as I always put support and content somehow. But anyway, I thank you for watching and for your support. If you want to reach out to me Facebook, Lewis.BrightRaven, Twitter at LewisBrightRave2. You can see some of my artwork at deviantart.com/BrightRaven. You've been watching Quoth the Raven, Lewis Bright-Raven, exclusively on YouTube. If you have questions, comments, you want to commission artwork, Quoth the Raven, LBR72@gmail.com is the address to reach me at. If I don't get back with you within a reasonable amount of time, say 24 to 48 hours, try LewisBrightRaven@yahoo.com. And that's all for now. Have a great day. We'll see you guys tomorrow.